All right, so we're going to talk about FRQ number 23, no calculators. It says the graph of the rational function h of x is pictured to the right such that h of negative 1.5 equals 0 and has a hole at the point 2, negative 7/5. State the domain and the range of h of x. Okay, so remember that the domain is going to be all real numbers except where that vertical asymptote is. We can see that the vertical asymptote is right here at x equals -3. And then we also said that there was a hole at the point where x equals 2, and we're just putting that in numerical order. Now the range is going to be all real numbers except the y of the horizontal asymptote, which in this case is -2, and then the y value of the hole, which were given in that information. So we're putting that in numerical order as well. On B, what factors are guaranteed to be in the denominator of the equation? Give a reason. All right. So we know that the factors in the denominator cause discontinuities in the graph. Since the graph of h of x is discontinuous at x equals -3 and x equals 2, then the factors x plus 3 and x minus 2 are factors in the denominator. Let's take a look at C. It says, for what values of x is the function less than or equal to 0? Give a graphical reason for your answer. So again, in this particular case, when you're asked to find where is the function less than or equal to 0, we've got this portion, we've got this, and then here. So we are going to say, if h of x is less than or equal to 0, then the graph is below or on the x-axis. And then here is the interval that that happens to. Okay. Part D, in standard form, find an equation for h of x. Give two graphical and algebraic connections that confirm that your standard form equation is correct. Okay, so here we have standard form of the equation. We're going to take all of our factored form information and then multiply it out. And then what we're going to do is first let's discuss the horizontal asymptote here. So since the degrees of the numerator and denominator are equal, the ratio of those leading coefficients will be the value of the horizontal asymptote, which is y equals 2. Okay. But I want you to notice something. Okay. The ratio of the constant terms will be the y value, and the y-intercept is at +1. Notice that the y-intercept is at -1, and notice that the y is at -2. All right. So the problem is that we do not have the correct information. So what we can do is then once we have this, adjust as necessary so that we end up with a negative. A -1 outside the factored form, and then if you were to distribute that, you're going to have a -1 multiplied just the numerator, so -2x squared plus x plus 6 over x squared plus x minus 6. And then now you have been able to confirm that the information is right, because remember, this is supposed to be a -2 according to the graph, and your y-intercept is at -1, not 0, 1.